New Testament was written
generations
after Jesus died. You know that.
Listen to me. When they were walking around, and that means you hear nothing I just said. Paul, Luke, Matthew, John, Timothy, Stephen, all the men of the New Testament. When they were teaching and walking around teaching their people, not the heathen, they were using the Tanakh. They were walking around with Tanakh, holding from. So all the New Testament is a testament of men of Israel, most of them Jews, teaching from the book for their people.
But then they added a new book.
No, it's all the New Testament.
They increased the book.
Thank you. It's a letter. It's a letter.
What does Testament mean?
I don't know what it means.
It means covenant. It means covenant.
Yes.
And what did Jeremiah 31 go on to? The new covenant.
Okay.
All right? So we had to be a document to usher in the new covenant. All right? It's that simple. Malachi prophesied about the coming of Yahweh.
Said they were God. They were the Son of God.
There's
a lot of those. Jews are supposed to be
from Jeremiah. Hey, Stephen told the whole story.
All right, Shalom. I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Also, Shalom to the hopefully elect that's laboring in truth and sincerity. And this was kind of, I don't even want to call it an emergency live stream, but it was just something through the spirit. The spirit hops on brothers and we just get into the spirit. And, me, I like to make points. That's the way I teach, And the whole point of this video is titled Truth in the Body of Doctrine. Works in different ways. I teach differently than other brothers teach. Some other brothers teach differently than I teach and differently than each other. And that's what makes the body. Okay. When you look at the apostles, when you look at each apostle, they have their own personal pages because they teach different. There's not no one curriculum. I mean, there is one goal, but there's not one curriculum in how you teach. You got certain brothers who do particular videos. Certain brothers teach a particular way. Now, it's about keeping it simple and teaching the truth. Okay, that's what it's all about. It doesn't have to be hard. You teach. You read the scriptures, and there's a thing called a balance. You're not supposed to go over the top, be Mr. Know-it-all, and sometimes you got brothers in the camp who do know things. Okay, so it's all about the balance. Okay, and that's where the body works. The heart is that strong muscle that pumps the blood through the rest of the body. Okay, up to the brain. Okay, which the spirit. And through the rest of the body, okay? And one of those toes is just as important as the leg, okay? That's why the Lord gave it to us. And it's the same thing with the body. You got brothers who teach just a little bit differently, and I'll get to that in a second. But first, let me get a scripture. Okay, this is Timothy 3:16, 2 Timothy 3:16. All scripture is given by inspiration of Yahweh, and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction. Now, I'm going to get into that because this brother Malcolm from the Chicago camp, and then, like when I read the comments, okay, when I read the comments, I'm going to go to the comments, and this guy, he's not even in Israel. See, these guys, I mean, he's in Israel. He knows he's an Israelite. But these guys, you have show-stopping Israelites who want to pull the scriptures, cut the devil, and then send him on his way. But there's people who are on the internet who are trying to be edified, which means built up. You got these camps who will say they're edifying the police or they're edifying an Edomite. You can't edify an Edomite, man. You can't edify a Jew, okay? That's why you got to go into the words and know what edification means. Okay, you're supposed to build up the body. The Edomite is not a part of the body, man. Okay, so I'm gonna read the comment. It said, "You brothers need to stay on topic. You're spending too much time going back and forth with this guy. You should have just been dealing with script only. Okay? A part of the scriptures is being able to analyze and extract the truth to be able to break it down. Because you got to remember, milk is meat to a lot of people, man. Milk is super deep to a babe. Okay? And then we'll go from a babe, before a babe, you have a fetus. You got people out here who like fetuses, man. Only thing they know how to do is suck up air and oxygen and live. They don't understand the scriptures, okay? And this is why when a lot of the history is in the scriptures, but this brother likes to go into the history and he'll pull that history out and deal with this guy on a different level. See, again, you got a lot of people who are in this thing for a show. They're not in this thing for complete and utter truth. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, you got a lot of people in this thing for a show. They're not in this thing. Shalom to the brothers online. You got a lot of people in this for the show, man. Okay. Sometimes you have to do the tutoring lesson, man. Sometimes you know, there's nothing wrong with pulling the scriptures. That's the main thing. Get scriptures, pull them. But you know, there's many people who have read those scriptures and have gotten those scriptures, and they're teaching Esau can make it, or they're teaching the 12-tribe sign is not existent. That's off. So it's deeper. Really, it's deeper than just reading the scripture. It's understanding the scripture, and sometimes you have to do tutoring lessons to people to get the understanding of those scriptures. Okay, it's not. Look, man, there's guys who are scribes who are just scripture people who know how to get scriptures and break them down and read them and break them down and read them, break them down and read them. And that's what you should do. But in certain matters, in certain situations, we've seen this with apostles, we've seen this with brothers, where they had to go into deeper, okay? You know, deeper into the lesson, going more into Alexander, going more into the Dark Ages, going more into the church, the Council of Nicaea, going more into certain things. People, when we're out there teaching, we're teachers, man, okay? And when you went to school, you know, teaching was, when a teacher taught you, you weren't interested. It was boring, okay? So now you have this Israelite movement, so to speak, and everybody's looking at teachers as supposed to be super exciting. Well, really, it's supposed to be edification, and it's supposed to be building and learning. Okay, that's what that's what you're supposed to do. Okay, this is 2 Timothy 2:2, and the kings that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men, whom shall be able to teach others also. So when you go into this thing, you're supposed to learn and you're supposed to teach. Sometimes it's the milkiest of the milk, so to speak, the powder before it even hit the milk, the water, you know, that wakes people up. And sometimes people need more convincing. Sometimes even when you're condemning an Edomite, okay, sometimes, first of all, they don't believe in the Bible, number one. They don't believe in the scriptures. So there's different ways that extract it. You always is by inspiration of the scriptures, but sometimes the scriptures is a whooping stick, man. Hebrews 4:12 said the word of the Lord is sharper than any two-edged sword. So those scriptures are whipping sticks, man. I mean, that whips you. Okay. Now some people have a spirit where they're gonna read and cut the person, read and cut the person. That's all good. But sometimes, you know, when somebody asks questions and you need to go deeper into the understanding, sometimes you got to spend that little extra time, man. And some brothers just have that spirit. Some brothers may not agree with it, but I do. And it ain't about my word. I believe through the spirit that sometimes you got to go deeper into things to get better understanding. And not for this devil, but there's people who are watching. And we're only out to reach the elect, okay? I think a lot of people, so-called God people in the truth, are not into about reaching the elect, man. You know, this thing is about reaching the elect, and the elect is going to come in many, from many different doctrines, different walks of life. We can't all teach the same, man. You know, it's just not going to happen. We all have different personalities. We all have different thinking skills. Okay, we all have different ways to read. Okay. I'll read the brother's comment, Shamyah, from my camp, Acts 8:30. And Philip ran thither and him and heard him read the prophet Esaias and said, understandest thou what thou readest? And that's a good point, because you're going to have to, when you read these things to people, they don't understand what you're talking about, man. For instance, the scripture in Titus where it talks about the older man being in behavior, okay? That's not just talking about some old nigga on the street, man. We already know they ain't in behavior. That's talking about men of wisdom that's been in this truth doing this thing, man. Okay? Guys that's been doing this thing. Okay? The aged woman. That's talking about the women that's been in the truth, well, following the truth with her man, or just following the truth in general. Okay? It's only for the men, number one, but women are going to get be elected under their men. So this doctrine is really only a shalom. This doctrine is really only for the elect. It's not for all Israelites, man. You know, and the way this brother was teaching, that's his spirit. You know, I hear that sometimes. You know, just stick to the script, stick to the scripts. That's what it's all about. But extracting the truth out of the scriptures is still sticking to the scriptures. Now, when you start talking about American Idol and shit, that's not sticking to the scriptures. But in a sense, if it goes back to the scriptures, you know, talking about how Esau stole our heritage, it all goes back to the scriptures, man. We're nothing but teachers. And if you can go in any school and tell me every teacher that teaches the same, I will tell you a goddamn liar, man. No teacher pretty much teach all the same. Now, they might have different spirits, but they don't teach the same. Just like the apostles don't teach the same, man. Okay? Apostle Tahar teaches differently than Apostle Kabar. You know this by looking at their channels. Apostle Ramla teaches differently than Apostle Rakar. Apostle Rakar is more of a commentary type of prophet. Apostle, let me say that, Salakia. He's a more commentary type of apostle. But he knows those scriptures. And he can get it when he needs to get it. But what he says brings a lot of relevance to the scriptures. It's nothing wrong with expounding on something in balance. But it is something wrong when you don't want to go to the scriptures at all. Because it is about the scriptures. But it's also a balance. Some scribes, and then you got some brothers that have different ways of doing it, man. And there's nothing wrong with that. Let me read another comment on this guy's the brother's channel. What this guy said. This guy Yahawada Yisrael, but they don't even go out there, man, and they got something to say. You notice there's always people on the comment board, these guys on the comment board, and you'll go to their page. Let me go to his page and let's see what he's got going on, man. If he's out on the highways. Yep, there you go. Channel doesn't have any content. You know? These backseat prophets, man. The guy said exactly, I don't know why our brothers engage with white Jews. They know exactly what's going on. They just want to find out how much our brothers really know about our history. When in fact, the white Jews know everything about our history. Okay? And the top elites, they do. But not a lot of Jews know, man. They know they're not the real Jews. But you got Jewish people out here who really think that they're the chosen people of God. You got to understand that. You got some of these low-level Jews that'll walk up and they really believe that they're the children of God, man. And not to mention some of our people are amongst them. But you know what? It's not all about engaging It's not about not engaging. He was supposed to engage with this devil, man. So when this devil kind of tried to throw some history at him, this brother's versed in the history. So you know what he did? He came back and shook him up with history. Because see, these niggas, they just want to see a show. They want to see the man with the staff in the hand. They want to see you cut. They want to see the white man scream. They want to see a yelling match. They don't want teachers, man. That's why they don't have nothing on their channel, because they don't know what it is to be a teacher. Okay? Let me see. Let me see. Okay, let me see. Let me go to another scripture. And Shalom, brothers. It says, and Yahweh has set some in the church, first apostles, secondarily prophets, thirdly teachers, after the miracles, then gifts of healings, help government diversities of tongues. Okay? So, you know, this is an order set up, and not everybody is supposed to teach the same, man. I think that has to be established. Everybody, look, the goal, the common goal is the same. The doctrine is the same. The teaching is pretty much the same, but the way we teach is different. That's why when you get at camp and you'll see a brother speaking, his teaching antics or techniques are different than other brothers. My teaching is different than the brother under me. Now, the brother under me, the second command, he teaches, and he teaches. You know, he goes into the 12-tribe chart. He goes into the history. The other brother on the comment board, he goes into he's a scribe. He kind of goes into the phone and pulls things out. The other brother has fire. Just, you know, he don't need to know 1,000 scriptures. He playing a part. Okay? There's some brothers that just, their need is where it needs to be. Okay? Not everybody is going to be the same. This is Jeremiah 48:10. Cursed be that doeth the work of the Lord deceitfully, and cursed be that he that keepeth back his sword from the blood. Okay? Yeah, the brother said death to passive prophets. All these are good points, man. Because a lot of guys, they're looking at this thing as a show. And that's what amped me up, man, to do this video, man. Every time, it's not just these brothers' pages, but whenever I look on any Great Millstone page, it's these same old scoffers, because they're scoffers. These guys are still scoffers telling us how to teach, man. We're the ones teaching the mark of the beast. When are these guys going to teach that, man? These guys have no understanding of the scriptures. They understand some of the scriptures, but they're not, as Ezekiel, eating the whole roll, man. When we teach the mark of the beast, that's so-called laid back. That's not hard enough. Okay? That's not rough enough. These guys want to see men out there with staffs, martyrs around their head, and cursing out every white person that walk down the street. These guys are rebels, man. These guys aren't prophets. These guys are the Rebel Alliance. That's who they should be called, man, not the other guys. Okay? This guy also said, we deal with the Jewish cause our clowns to put their lying ass in check. Why is that they are only ones who are claiming to be chosen people of Israel when Yahweh says that they are the synagogue of Satan? And that's what the brother Malcolm was doing. You know? The brother was sitting here telling them and showing them, because you can read Revelations 2:9, sure. But then we go into the word synagogue, chief house of Satan. But then we go and we do the breakdowns and say, well, wait a minute, that was some of our people, and now that goes to the white man. But then you go into the Khazarian Empire, then you go into the Yiddish, how it started, and it was a European language, so I mean a Germanic language, from German to Polish to Russian. You know, you got to expound on that. The scriptures ain't going to say that, man. The scriptures is saying it, but they're saying it through prophets who's speaking and doing the translations. It's our jobs as teachers and prophets to do the translations, man. And a translation ain't just one scripture. You read a scripture And that's it. You read a scripture and that's it. Sometimes you got to go into these translations, man. But see, you know what it is, man? We're not exciting enough for these guys, man. Okay? We're not exciting enough for these guys. Let me read what this guy said again, man. You know? It kind of gets under my skin. He said, you brothers need to stay on topic. Well, now, where did he go off topic? I look at the whole video. This is an old video. But he was going into the history. What's wrong with that, man? You're spending too much time going back and forth with this guy. You know why I get pissed off at that? Because that's the same thing they said at us when we was going, when we was at camp, man. It's the same shit. Why you guys just cut them and get them out of the way? Man, look, man, we're not IUIC or GOCC, which they ain't cutting Esau. We're not ISUBK cutting every black person that's walking with flip-flops and a crack pipe, man. You know? All right, let's get a scripture again. Again, this is a short video. I just had to get off my chest and the water for the brothers tuning in, man. And it's to encourage you brothers as well that, hey, man, it's okay to stick with your lot, man. It's okay to teach the way you teach. It's okay to do videos the way you do it, just as long as you do it. You know, we don't ask the heart to. We ask the heart to work the way it works. When we try to change the heart function, you could be in trouble. When you try to change the brain function, you could be in trouble. When you try to change any part of the metabolism of the body, it can be in trouble. So this is a well-oiled running machine. Okay, this is Romans 12:4. For as we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office, man. You find your talent, you find your office, and you roll with it. And you don't muzzle the ox. You let if a brother is in the spirit and he's teaching, let him teach. Okay? It's not a good idea to go righteous, be over righteous, and be Mr. Grandstand. I know it all. It's not a good idea to do that. But, you know, as far as order in camps, you know, and especially in our camp, you know, let the word and the lessons and the teachings come out. We don't need 50 different points, because whoever is the Lord got locked in that part of the body, then that's what it does. The body's, look, the left leg, in order to walk, your left leg goes forward, the right leg go back. You can't walk with both legs jumping forward or both legs jumping back. Okay? Everything has to be in order, you know? And I don't think these guys, they try to block the message. Damn devils. They be on us, man. They just shut down my channel. These guys that get on these comment boards, man, they always got shit to say, man. But when you go to their page, you don't see them, you know. Let's go to this guy page that was doing all the talking. Maybe he has some content. I don't know. Okay, he has some content, but looks like one video, some movies, and some other shit. What the? And that was 5 months ago. Come on, man. These guys ain't teachers, man. They're popcorn Israelites. They sit back in the lazy couch and they look for something great to happen because they ain't having no action in their life. Look, if you guys don't have no action in your life, get yourself a goddamn woman then. If you don't want this woman, go get yourself a goddamn another woman, man. You know? Go get the fleshly woman. So that way you don't have to be sitting here just looking for the excitement. Now, before I came into the truth, and I think all of us did, before I came into the truth, I used to look at all the videos, and it was exciting seeing that we waking up in the truth. But I have no comments to say, man. I was on it to learn, okay? This thing is about learning. This thing ain't about, you know, trying to be Mr. Grandstand or how to look, you know? Yeah, the brother said the Lord have brothers teach differently because everyone doesn't get it the same way. And that's a good point, you know? And even though we don't get it the same way, brothers learn differently. That's why you have Everybody learns differently, believe it or not. Not one person learns the same. So then when we teach other brothers, we understand that other brothers going to learn differently. Just like when we had problems in our camp with guys coming in and guys was disorderly and had problems. Now these brothers are in order. They understand now, brothers understand now that when new brothers come in, there's going to be different parts of the body to add muscle to the calf or muscle to the thigh, okay, or breath to the lungs, okay, or spirit to the brain, okay. Yeah, I just read that, Romans 12:4, you know. I'll read it again. The Spirit, for as we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office, you know. That's the truth, man. We all don't have the same office, but let's not throw off topic. The bottom line is, you are supposed to work those scriptures. You are supposed to work those scriptures. You ain't supposed to be out for a half hour. And you know what? In some cases, who knows? It may go that way, but for the majority of the content, should be getting those scriptures. Don't abandon the scriptures, but don't abandon the milk. You know, you can't teach meat. You can't even teach milk to some of these people, man. You know, that's right. It's a balance. You can't even teach milk to some of these people, man. Some of these people don't even get the milk because we're not after them. We're only after the elect. But the elect may have that babe mentality. See, the Lord set it up to where even the elect is going to have that babe mentality, man. You're going to have some infancy type elect Israelites. Remember, we all come from different walks of life. Some brothers come from mental abusive backgrounds. Some brothers come from ADHD, learning disabilities, ADD. Brothers have different sicknesses, illnesses, which I just did a video literally 2 hours ago on that, going into how we're not healed. That's another thing. You know, you got to be measurable with herbs. You got to watch taking too much and what at different times, man, because you could get even sicker. Okay? We're not delivered. The Lord said in the Hebrews 8th chapter, then he will clean us, man, and we'll be straight. But right now, doesn't mean banning the herbs, because you got to take those herbs, you know? But guess what? You're going to be sick. And as I said in the video, and not trying to jump topic, sometimes the Lord may want some of us sick, man, to keep the spirit on us to fight against this devil. Because when that's why Ecclesiastes 7th chapter goes into that, because when you have affliction, the scripture says, take up your affliction and follow Yahushua. When you have affliction, the more you don't want to be in this place. But you got groups like IUIC, and I'll call it, who are having parties at the Passover, having burgers and fringes, fries and dinners and shit. They're not afflicted. So, of course, they're going to sing song and praise at cookouts and green meat, you know, and with all kind of shit in there, man, rap songs, because they love it. The Lord may afflict you with an illness because he wants you to be sick. How about that? That doesn't mean abandoning the herbs and the health, because them herbs may be what keep your ass alive. You know? The herbs may keep you alive. And in fact, if you are sick, you should always be on those herbs, man. You know? I mean, anybody, you know, you got brothers got high blood pressure, diabetes, you use chromium, garlic, ginger, cinnamon. You don't abandon those herbs. You know? Because then what happens is we're so fucking programmed that what happens is you'll take Esau medicine and forget to take the damn herbs. You know? But again, that's going to this topic, brothers got different parts of the body that helps the body. Okay? Everybody's different, man. You got brothers might be good in herbs to help teach their part of the doctrine. You got brothers who are family men who might help another brother with family issues. Okay? Some of the walks you got to walk on your own. Okay? But, you know, you got brothers that have different skills. Okay? That might be able to help with that. You know? There's a measure, like the brother said, everything's according to measure. You know, you can use the world, man. Hey, if the Lord bless you to be able to get certain things in the world, a car, a house, take the shit. You know? Luke 5:31. It goes on to say, and Yahushua answered and said unto them that they are whole need, Salaki, that they are whole need not a physician, but they that are sick. Okay, and again, we all are sick. Okay, but what are we doing? The scripture, what Yahushua did, he went to heal the leper and the sick, man, and we're doing that now. Okay, when somebody comes up and don't know nothing about the truth, and they think the white man is his friend, then he's sick. Okay, so it's our job to heal him if he is the elect, or let's just say if he's of the calling, because many are called but few are chosen. He might be of the calling, and you got brothers in different camps who specify, okay, at that part of the doctrine that may be able to help them. You got certain brothers that are teachers that may have more patience. Then you got certain brothers in the truth that has more fire that'll get that nigga out of there if he's a nigga. You know, it's all part of the balance. You know, that this body works, and that's why the title is titled that, man. Truth in the body of doctrine works in different ways, man. Okay, you're not going to be a teacher and teach the same way everybody else teach, and that's just the bottom line. I think everybody expects it because you definitely want order. Okay. You know, you definitely want order. I'm just reading more of these comments. You definitely want order, you know, and you want brothers to have the same curriculum, the same goal, but it's going to be different ways of getting it done. Okay. That's why on a basketball court, you got 5 different teammates. Okay. Each one of them have a particular job. Even Esau knows that, man. Even to run a business, you got the laborers, you got the people at the desk, you got the CEO, you got the foreman, you got the workers. Okay, that's how it goes, man. Even in the insect world, you know, even in the animal world, the wolves, you know, the weaker ones, they're set out for a prey. The rats, you know, I ain't talking about the Jew rat. I'm talking about rats in general. They send scouts out, man. You know, they're doing their job. Okay. And, you know, and that's what we're doing, man. Let me go to another question. Somebody else says, this guy is playing, y'all. He knows they all do. They know the Bible better than most of us. Scripture says they are wiser than the children of light, of course, because they need to keep up with those prophecies. So they want to keep it hid. He was really trying to see how much you knew. And that's a good point. And that's where the brother Malcolm stepped in and started laying that history on him. And, you know, the scriptures talk about that his tongue shall cleave to his own mouth, man. And that's what happened with the devil, man. You know? See, you guys that are not really into teaching, you just like him, man. You just like them wicked devils, man. Because all you want is entertainment, man. You're the same Israelites that want to sit there just like Hollywood and put that shit in movies and have a back and forth dramatic debate. You love seeing that, man. But as far as with the teaching, to further understand your history, you don't want, man. Okay? It says he was really trying to see how much you knew. He was so cool and got all out of character. Believe me, he knows. I would have told him to get on. See what these people say? It's so easy to sit on a comment board. I even, and that goes to us brothers too, man. I've witnessed myself get into that, seeing brothers cut somebody. I'll be like, man, I would have pulled that scripture. Then the scripture, you know what? But the spirit is different when you on them hedges, man. The spirit is it moves different with different brothers. You know? So I had to sit back and say, well, I wouldn't have pulled it because I wasn't there. Okay. These guys, these keyboard scoffers, because that's all they are, man. They just scoffing to make points, but they don't have the boldness like a lion to stand out there and do it, man. And if they are doing it, they're doing it so the women can see them. If you notice, now you got guys talking about you can line up and grow long hair. Why the fuck you want to do that being a prophet? Was John the Baptist doing all that, man? Get the hell out of here, man. He said, I would have told him to get on instead of getting upset. I got to give it to him. Even though all of us was coming at him, he was still taking it. Come on, man. Everybody's got something to say, man. But you know what? This is supposed to happen. And this is what we have to endure. These same haters of Yahushua back then are here today, man. Let me see here. Okay, they're trying to block messages, man. Devil. I'm going to get one more scripture. This is Ephesians 4:16. From whom the whole body fitly joined together and compacted by that which every joint supplieth. So the right leg goes with the right thigh for a reason. And the kneecap, the joint, is what connects it. Okay. You're not going to see the left leg with the right thigh, or the right thigh with the left leg, with the left femur, as they say it. Okay? Because everything works in order, even though they do different things. The leg doesn't do what the toes do, but them toes are small, but they're very important and vital to us getting around, man. Okay? It says, according to the effectual working in the measure of every part. It says, make an increase of the body unto the edifying of itself in love. Okay? So, when you're dealing with the your hemoglobin, your red blood cells, the white blood cells, and I'm just trying to make points, the liver, the kidneys, everything, even the sexual function. Everything works together for you, okay, to help you. And they don't do the same thing. They do different things, but they work together for you. And that's what Yahushua pimp smacked us as prostitutes. And people going to get offended, which prostitutes means to stand before, or it's the selling of goods. As Yahushua pimp smacked us and told us, get out there on the hedges and compel the elect to come in, to bid to the marriage, Matthew 22:9. Okay? Now, upon doing that, when you got hookers and strippers on every goddamn corner, they're not all going to look the same. They got all different ones according to your likings. You might have a short one, dark one, a tall one, light one, a big booty one, a skinny one, a big fully breasted one. They all different, but they all doing the same damn thing. That's it. They all different, but they all doing the same thing, same damn thing. And that's trying to please you, And that's it. They doing the same damn thing, but they're different. And every once in a while you get a rotten one that got to get out of there. And that's the same thing in this truth. We all have one common goal, and I'll say the body of the hopefully elect of Great Millstone and brothers who followed this doctrine. We all have one season goal in mind, and that's to get our salvation, man. That's the ultimate goal. But how to get your salvation is like the body. You work many different ways, man. Anyway, brothers, I hope you was edified, and short live stream. I had a lot to say, I guess, in a short amount of time, but that kind of set fire under me, and I hope the brothers can learn from it and understand. I'm sure you brothers already know, but don't abandon what the Lord gifted you to do, to try to please men, or try to, to try to do other things. It's about pleasing Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. And it's okay to please your teachers, to a degree. Man pleasing is okay to a degree. And how you're doing that is you're referencing, your teachers. You're definitely referencing them, and you're sticking to the doctrine. That's the best way. That's the best way to please. Okay? Because you got to know if you're pleasing the doctrine, you're pleasing Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Okay, brothers, that's pretty much it on that. The water for anybody tuned in, and you know, anybody's going to see it. Hey, shalom, brothers. All praise Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Okay, Bashim Rakah Kodash. Okay, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and a sincere shalom to you brothers. Okay, shalom.